Good evening, I'm Samantha Newssby, and this is Global Pulse. Our top story tonight, music mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been sentenced to more than 4 years in prison on federal charges tied to prostitution. We break down what happened in court, how the judge reached his decision, and what comes next. Let's get to it.
On October 3, 2025, a federal judge in New York sentenced Sean Diddy Combs to 50 months in prison, a little over 4 years, after his conviction on 2 counts related to prostitution. In addition, Combs was ordered to pay a $500,000 fine and will face 5 years of supervised release following his prison term. Importantly, Combs was acquitted on the more severe charges of sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy, leaving only the prostitution counts standing. Prosecutors had sought a far longer sentence, over 11 years, while Combs's defense had pushed for a maximum of 14 months, citing time already spent in custody.
The judge ultimately settled on a sentence closer to the higher end, citing that the evidence was overwhelming.
In court, Combs stated,
"I take full accountability and responsibility. I hate myself right now."
He also cited substance use struggles and claimed the allegations destroyed his reputation and businesses. The defense presented a nearly 12-minute video showing Combs with his children and doing community work, portraying him as a positive influence.
Another chance.
The prosecution, however, called Combs a master puppeteer who hadn't changed, and criticized his attorneys for focusing on Combs's character over the victims. The judge acknowledged Combs's philanthropy, but said the case had massive evidence of abuse, and that deterrence required a strong sentence. Before sentencing, the judge addressed the women who testified, including singer Cassie Ventura, saying, "We heard you. These horrible acts were made public."
The courtroom exchanges revealed a stark contrast. On one side, remorse and redemption. On the other, calls for accountability.
Cassie Ventura, Combs's longtime partner during part of their relationship, released a statement after the verdict, saying although nothing can undo the trauma, the sentence recognizes the impact of the serious offenses he committed. Ventura had written a letter to the court ahead of sentencing, expressing fear of retaliation and urging a sentence that reflects the harm he caused. The judge formally recognized Ventura and Jane as victims, overruling objections by the defense. Mia, another woman who testified under a pseudonym, was expected to speak, but prosecutors later said she would not appear, citing a letter from the defense. A former Combs stylist, Deontay Nash, also came forward, accusing Combs of long-term abuse. Nash had previously testified in the trial.
The voices of the accusers weighed heavily in court. Their courage and testimony played a pivotal role in the outcome.
Combs was tried earlier in 2025 on 5 charges. In the end, he was convicted of 2 counts, transporting individuals across state lines for prostitution under the Mann Act. He was acquitted on racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking charges, meaning the case's most severe allegations were not upheld. Each of the 2 convictions alone carried a maximum 10-year prison sentence, though the judge declined to impose the maximum. Because Combs has already been detained since September 2024, about 13 months, that time will count toward his sentence.
So what's next? Combs is expected to appeal. The focus now shifts to how the sentence will be carried out, potential legal challenges, and how this verdict may affect his legacy and the wider conversation on accountability in the entertainment world. That wraps our coverage of Sean Diddy Combs' sentencing. Stay tuned to Global Pulse News TV for follow-ups, legal developments, and deeper analysis in our primetime hour. I'm Samantha Newssby. Thank you for watching, and good night.